Wow. Hey guys, it's your boy Marcus right here coming to you to your screen. You know what today is? 5 years ago today, I decided to stop hiding who I really was, who I have always been. 5 years ago today, I came out. On February 2nd, 2015, I came out. Wasn't the first time I came out, but it was the first time that I came out as who I really was. Look at me now. It's nuts to see the progression from even just a year ago. 5 years. So much has changed. That's half a decade. So, let's do some recap. So, 2015, February 2nd, I had had enough of hiding who I really was, and I thought long and hard about how to come out, when to come out, if it was ever going to be the right thing. I thought about how my family would feel, who I was going to lose, and you know, coming out is very, very scary, and I did not take it lightly, which is why I put it in a Facebook post, because I couldn't bear to see my mother's face when I came out. I remember typing the post, and I remember typing it and retyping it and saying fuck it, and then going back to retype, and I was shaking each time I started. For at least 2 hours, I had sat there shaking, almost crying, at my grandmother's, at the place that I grew up. I posted it. I said, you know what, if I don't do this now, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if I'll ever get the chance to again. I remember being that scared, and it's an awful feeling, but it's also the most liberating once I posted it. It just lifted so many things. After I posted it, I said, you know what? Fuck those who don't accept me. Fuck those who are gonna hate. Haters gonna hate. Taylor Swift said it. Not much happened after that. I got my first binder, and then I got the second one, a safe one. 2016, January of 2016, I spoke at my first ever anything. I spoke in public. I spoke at the Maine State House on an issue that's dear to all of our hearts. The transgender bathroom issue. And luckily, after that, a bill was passed to allow trans folks to use the restroom of their gender identity, or that corresponds with them. So that was really, actually, in that moment, it was like, alright, sweet, whatever. I just want to speak my story and hope it reaches somebody that needs it. And now, 5 years later, 4 years later from that, I think it did reach people, but it's also so awesome that I was a part of that movement. And then I was a part of the Maine minimum wage campaign. I entered data with Maine People's Alliance, and so kind of like helped them organize everything. And then I went to the State House with them, heard my mom speak. There's a video somewhere on my YouTube of my mother speaking at the State House. And I carried a box to, I don't think it was Susan Collins' office, but it was some senator's or representative's office. Put him right in front of the door and said, listen, bitch, listen. This needs to go up. This needs to go. We have the signatures. It needs to go on the ballot. Let's go. Giddy up. And November 2016, you bet it passed, which was awesome. That was also liberating. I helped families get raises, and I helped mine, which was even more awesome. In November 1st, 2016, I got my name legally changed officially on my birth certificate, on my social security card. Actually, the social security card, my ID, came in 2019. But that still, I got my birth certificate changed and legally. So in the school system, within like 2 months, I became officially Marcus across all boards, which is awesome. 2017, I went to the endocrinologist finally. I went through the gender clinic in Portland. So in 2016 in September, I went to the gender clinic for the first time just to meet with their psychologist so she could clear me to go to the endo, because that's how they worked. And so I did. She cleared me, and I made an appointment, and he was booking like months in advance. So I did the closest one, which was January 17th, I think, of 2017. And we went, and then the next day I was hospitalized. Totally different reasons, but it prohibited me from starting testosterone because I looked mentally unstable. But in reality, if I had started then with hormone blockers, probably half of the other shit that went on with me personally, mentally, probably could have been avoided. If not all of it, but some of it. Nothing really exciting happened at all. At all. That was it for that year. Yeah. That I remember. Lots of hospitalizations, lots of me not liking myself. 2018, I got out of a residential treatment home. 2018 was also the year that I met online and eventually physically my good friend Striker. Him and I conversed online for at least 2.5, 3 months, if not longer, maybe a little bit shorter. And it was in correspondence with the Parkland students, and their message, and the whole March for Our Lives movement, which is still going on, by the way. Yeah, so that was the year in March that the baby that we created, which sounds very, very odd, finally came to life. And I co-created and co-organized, and I was stressed out to the max about this event. And we had so many last-minute cancellations. But it ended up being such an awesome turnout. Like, such a good turnout. It was amazing. Amazing. Like, gun violence has affected me in many, many ways that I'd like to never think of. But it's also affected so many Americans. So many people in the world, in the universe. And it just needs to stop. It needs to have some very, very much needed attention. That was the year that I really, really heavily got into drugs. And it was not a highlight of my life. Editing Marcus. I deleted about 4 minutes of this video that talked explicitly about September of 2018 to January of 2019. I was in a crisis unit. You guys have heard me talk about it probably way too much. But that also happened in 2018 and started off my 2019. But it is an important part because it reality checked me. Something switched and I wanted to live. Not always, but still not always, but it's a work in progress. But I just wanted to share that. But yeah, 2019, March 3rd, 2019, I started testosterone, and oh my god, you guys have seen the video, I'm sure. That day changed my life for the better. I mean, look at me. Look at me. Like, I am so comfortable with my voice and who I am. I'm becoming me, and that is the most amazing thing that has ever happened. And I couldn't be more thankful. I moved to Florida in the end of April. Living here has given me so much opportunity to better myself, to really think about who I am, what I'm becoming, what I want to become, who I want to be. And, you know, I'm still figuring it out. I'm only 17. I got my whole life ahead of me. And I got my fish 4 months ago. October 31st, 2019, I officially got my diploma. And I'm not going to college this fall. I'm focusing on trying to get top surgery and trying to save for top surgery. For 3 weeks in December, I went on the road with my dad from the Midwest to the East Coast. But it was still a cool experience being in a big rig because my dad's a truck driver. And seeing states and peeing in states and being in states that I don't think I ever would have gone to. 2020, I got a job. I hope that you guys will continue to follow my journey through life, not only my transition, but my personal life. I hope that I have helped you in some way find a way to keep going on with your day, if not your life, in general. The most important thing that I'd like to share with you guys is breathe. When things get tough, because we all have those days, when the going gets tough, breathe. I hope that you realize that you're worth it. You have so much worth in this world. And you know what? I wish, 5 years later, the one thing I wish about is that I had done it sooner. Point blank. That's it.
It's your boy Marcus right here, coming to you to your screen.
I hate bullying. I've been bullied my entire life. And here's my story.
We all deserve to be happy.
You gotta keep on trucking. You gotta keep on going.
I just want to tell you guys that you're not alone. Go to a dog and just talk. Go to a cat and just talk.
I'm starting tea today. I'm too excited for this.
I'm so
I didn't feel like a number in that school, and it was the best feeling in the world for me. Peace, love, and happiness. Stay true, stay you, and never forget you're never alone.